Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. Scott here from Squatch America.
And Hannah, domestic goddess, chief cook, and oh my gosh, I've got a vacation from Doggy Mama in the paddy wagon.
Yes, the dog is on vacation for a little while.
And so are we.
Well, sorta.
We're on a dogless episode of our lives.
And welcome, cowboy.
Oh, he's already. Get rid of that weirdness. Okay. Hi, Joe. Nice to see you. Should we just play the intro and
just play the intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
While we're playing the intro, if you're in the house, I see you lurkers out there. Go ahead and drop something in the chat. Tell us hello.
All right, folks, we are actually on the road today. We
almost didn't make it.
Yeah, we did. We almost didn't make it.
We had to change our plans. So I had business meetings all morning long. We didn't take off until noon. And then I had another business meeting at 1:30 Pacific today that went for an hour. And so we pulled over at a truck stop so I could get on my Zoom meeting. And then it was like, we're not going to make it in time to our next stop. So at the very last minute, we changed our travel plans so we could pull over an hour early and still do our show.
Here we are.
We hate canceling.
Yes, we are. We are coming to you live from beautiful downtown Echo, Oregon. Yes, there's a place called Echo.
And I got to look this up now so they can really understand the significance of what downtown Echo, Oregon means. Here we go. Looking up the latest population count of Echo, Oregon. 699 people.
It's huge.
Yeah. It's our kind of metropolis. Right here.
Yeah.
Did you know what I learned this week, though? Did you know what I learned? There's a difference between a community and a network. There are a lot of differences between communities and networks. There are lots of Bigfoot networks out there, right? But not very many Bigfoot communities. One of the biggest differences between a community and a network is a community, after about 150 people, starts to break down. So even Echo is not much of a community. It's more of a network.
Yep.
So congratulations. You're part of a Bigfoot community, sort of.
Well, ours is still a community.
Sort of.
So, ladies and gentlemen. So,
hi, Raptor.
Yeah, I was going to say hi, Raptor. Okay. So, couple little updates real quick. We're going to be on the road for a little while because we got shows to do, those Bigfoot festival things, and
possibly a shed to build for my mother.
Yeah, and as per my son, if you're lurking there, he said our production value was a little low because we broadcast.
He said it sucked. Let's be honest.
Because we broadcast at 720p. We are now have our 1080p camera going.
Boom!
How's it look? Are we broadcasting at 1080p?
Can you see the old man blackheads on his face?
Yeah, there we go.
I don't have any of those.
Yep. So, well, thank you, Raptor. Hello. And we are doing good.
We're doing pretty well.
So we are on our way to a place called Medellin Falls, Washington. And
all right, hillbilly, knock that off. Medellin Falls, Washington. Hi, Angel.
Yeah. So for a Bigfoot Fest coming up, actually, we can show you who's going to be there. Let's see. I got a slide for that somewhere. This one here.
Yep. We are on our way to see Mel and others.
Yeah.
I can't read those. They're blurry.
Oh, yeah, they are. So anyway.
So
a lot of Tom Cantrell, Jesus Payton. Actually, he is from the TV series Breaking Bad, and he has a project called Breaking Bigfoot. And Tom Seward, who is a native, and he and his wife does some wonderful stories and native dances and costumes. It's awesome. And
Melskehan.
Melskahan from the Yakima Indian Reservation, really super guy. And I'm trying to read I can't remember his name.
Terrence James.
Anyway, he was a fellow researcher with the late John Bendernagel. So it'd be a great time to come out and see us there if you're going to be in northern Washington this weekend. Actually, a couple days. We're almost there.
We'll be there tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
All right. So, what are we talking about tonight?
What are we talking about tonight? Tonight's going to be your choice. We decided because really we didn't have anything planned, and that's how we roll. So if you have any Bigfoot questions and stuff, and then also I wanted to hit on something because last week we did our show on the Nephilim, and I had an interesting comment. And I didn't quite understand the comment. I asked for clarification with the guy who left the comment.
Maybe someone could elucidate.
Elucidate. He didn't tell me. He didn't give me any answers. Let's see. The comment was, well, that's that then. And I'm like, okay. I don't understand what that was. But there was something that comment just triggered something in my brain. And what it triggered was that we talked about how there's only two texts that talk, not Texas, two texts that even mention the existence of Nephilim. And we brought both those to you. And in those two texts, it also said that these Nephilim were like 3,000 feet tall. So if we're going to believe the only mention that we know about the existence of the Nephilim, we probably have to go along with those exact texts telling us how tall they are. So
what are you trying to communicate?
I'm trying to communicate the fact that
if you're going to say Nephilim, you better say that knowing what the actual historical texts say and be willing to perhaps change your perspective based on new knowledge.
Yeah.
So if the texts say that the Nephilim are 3,000 feet tall and Bigfoot, we know, is 8 to 12 feet tall, Bigfoot, Nephilim probably don't equal each other.
Probably.
And if that offends you, sorry. That's what it is.
It is what it is.
Sorry. I have absolutely no sensitivity for that. It's like, you know what? Emotions don't belong in this discussion.
What?
Yeah. Hey, are you going to show it?
So what?
Emotions don't belong in this discussion.
Emotional damage.
There we go. So there we go.
So we see y'all chatting with each other. My challenge for you tonight is, are y'all going to be chatting with each other while we go blah, 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 blah here on the screen? Or does anyone have anything to say?
Anything you want to ask us?
We can pop you into the studio. Do you want to put up the StreamYard link? Have someone join the studio?
Yeah, we could. And what I need to do is, if you have any questions, please throw them in there, and we'll give you an answer. Might be the right one. I might make something up.
Raptor says, can you guys show it from when you had the show on what they actually typed in? Let me look it up. How about that?
There we go.
I will show it to you.
Yeah, just go to the. We don't delete comments unless they're like spam and stuff. But
yeah,
it would be that show there.
It's this show.
Ah.
And I'm gonna go to
comments.
It says no, it does not. The end.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Was that was?
Yeah. They said,
No, it does not. Bigfoot. Well, that. So now you totally.
there we go. No, it does. Oh, wait. No, it does not. The end.
Bigfoot does not equal the Nephilim. The end. That's what that means. Why didn't you show me that?
Is that what you think it means?
Yeah. You asked the question. The slide says does Bigfoot equal Nephilim? No, it does not.
The end. So they didn't even watch the show.
So Josh B33906, I'm so glad to know that we're kind of on the same wavelength with that.
Okay.
Done deal. You should always show me those comments.
And hi, Donna. Glad you got your power back. We went through a thunderstorms yesterday. That was pretty bad.
We were at the gas station fueling up in preparation for today, and this gully washer with a massive windstorm hit so hard, and Scott peeked his head in the window and said, "Our awning just ripped off. F us." He was so mad, and when we got home, the awning was just fine.
Yes, I just knew the awning was gone.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't really want to talk about our personal lives all night long. So are you going to put a link up in there?
A link. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I have to click here and hit that button, and then that button, and then this button.
So if
and
anyone would like
and
to pop on camera with us,
and there you go.
There's the link. Let's see ya.
Hi, Uncle Bones. And anybody else jump in? We said Donna and Scott. Late again.
That's okay. You haven't missed anything.
Galen, how you doing? We just met somebody that knows you.
Oh, yeah. We have a mutual friend. If anyone's ever in Baker City, Oregon, and needs a really, really good therapeutic massage, please look up Melissa Fulford.
There we go.
When we were on the train the other day, I just happened to mention that I have a trigger point under my right trapezius, and she started working on that, and I was like, oh my.
So hi,
awesome.
Hi, Renee. I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you're home, but we are at Echo Ridge Winery.
They close at 7.
At 8.
No, they close at 7.
They close at 7.
So you've got time after the show.
Yeah. Just a heads up, Renee.
And hi, Ben.
So
Ben Selena's in.
Oh, hi, Ben. So anybody who got any questions, throw them at us.
Or pop into the studio. The link is right where he put it. I'll put it up again just for kicks and giggles. I hate your mouse, by the way.
Yeah, because mine is a good mouse and yours is an Apple mouse. Okay.
All right. We would love to have people pop into the studio. We have absolutely nothing to talk about.
So last week we were on the Elgin Finding Bigfoot train, and a gal that some of you might know who it is and some of you might not
share her name.
Why not?
Because she prefers anonymity.
No, she just doesn't want to be on camera. She doesn't hide from the public. She doesn't like to be on stage either.
I hope this doesn't sacrifice our friendship.
Well, anyway.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for the super sticker. I have to push the button, Hannah says. Thank you. Well, anyway, we were on the train with a gal. Okay, I won't say her name. But she was a research assistant and researcher herself with the late Paul Freeman. And we were on a train going through the Blue Mountains. And we were on the train for what, 4 hours?
About 4 hours.
So I did about half an hour, 45 minutes of my talking on the train with the folks. And then we got to sit down in the dining car with her and for about 3.5 hours and just share stories. And it was one of the greatest days of my life, to be honest with you. So
Renee, we must apologize. We had no idea we were going to be parked here until we were about 10 minutes out. We were supposed to go up to Kennewick today, and it just didn't happen. So we knew that Echo was a viable stopping point.
yeah, so if
Hey, you
so
just
if
started dinner. Come, you need some wine after dinner.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Don't be hating on the mouse, yo.
Honestly, if none of you have anything to talk about, it's going to be a really bad and boring evening. I am promising you that.
All right. So, the heads up of what's coming, I can tell you that some videos that are Friday, our videos we drop on Friday, I'm hoping I can get part 1 edited tomorrow and up by Friday morning. If I'm not, we're going to have to postpone it a week because we're traveling. But we just did what, three days in a secret location in the Blue Mountains.
Yep.
It's 120 acres of private property in the middle of the national forest.
So surrounded by
Is
national
completely surrounded by national forest, and it's up there too. It's like 7,000 feet, pretty close to that. And a little side note: the last person to go investigate this area was named Peter Byrne, and that was in the 80s. So,
oh, didn't our friend from Hood River or from Mount Hood go in
I don't
there?
know if he's been there. I know he's been in the area.
Okay. Damon asks if we've had any new footprinting. Not since Cottage Grove. Everything we've done everything we've done up until last weekend is up on our YouTube channel. The last actual footprints we cast were in Cottage Grove in February.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look and see if I have a heads up of what's coming. If I have a photo on my phone, I don't think so. Well, anyway, we're in this area for 3 days, and what's coming up is going to be some
incredible sounds.
Yeah, we got some incredible weird sounds at night. Now, I'm not gonna say that every sound's a Bigfoot. There's a lot of people say that Bigfoot mimics other things, but you really can't prove that. And
I found this.
what's that? Oh, yeah, she found a vertebra.
Found a vertebra. And
but in the area where we were at, completely full of water everywhere. And we saw over 40 elk. They would come out in the mountain meadows at night, and they would bark and whistle and do the elk chirping thingy, bugling, all night long. We're also in the same area where a gentleman was bow hunting a few years ago and got attacked by a cougar. Got his shoulder tore up pretty good, but he survived. And what else? Well, we got reports of whoops and screams and stuff like that in this area. Like I said, this has been a hot spot for years, and we did find something interesting. So I want to talk to you guys about that. And
but before you do that, Damien asked the question, and we might need clarification. Have you tried infiltration of YouTube Shorts? If that means, have we done YouTube Shorts?
We have. We've probably got like 13 of them up. I dropped them for since the first of the year for weeks. They didn't help a whole lot, but we were talking about Bigfoot camping and Bigfoot tips. So you can go back and check those in our shorts. I'm planning on doing another series of shorts coming up. And I'm going to be talking about homemade Bigfooting gear, different types of traps and things like that. in the area. Oh, by the way, and speaking of that, in the area, we did do a Nutella trap. If you're unfamiliar with a Nutella trap, what it is, it's a piece of PVC pipe, and we take a jar of Nutella, not opened, by the way, lid still screwed on, the little silver foil they put over the top still intact, and we put it inside the PVC pipe, and we strapped it about 8 feet up a tree. We're going to leave it there for we'll be back in a month and a half.
About 2 months. It'll be September before we
Okay,
get back.
yeah, September. We're going to go back up in a couple months and see if it's still there. We did not put cameras on it. We didn't put anything else. We just
we are Raptor. We are not in the wetland area of Oregon. We're in Eastern Oregon.
Yeah, in
Definitely
Eastern Oregon.
not a wetland.
No, we're in the Blue Mountains. East of the Blue Mountains is all high desert. In other words, it's 4,000 feet in elevation, but it's still sagebrush
or up to 8,000 even.
Well, the
high desert.
Desert parts down to 3,000 or 4,000 feet, and then you can go up to 7. Up actually, Mount Ireland's almost 10,000 feet, and then you get into the forest once you get up past about 4,000 or 5,000 feet, and then you hit the tree line and stuff. But the east side is pretty much all desert. And then you've got kind of farmland, basically open prairie on the west side of the Blue Mountains until you hit the Cascades.
We are the anti-cricket side of the state, if you get my drift.
I don't know what that means.
It means we like beef burgers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of cows in our area.
No bug burgers for us over here. Thank you. Again, Damon.
Damon, what? I'm subscribed and should get them and haven't. What's that?
What? I'm not. You know what? YouTube, make sure when you subscribe, make sure you're clicking the bell notifications and doing all that. YouTube randomly drops subscribers. They randomly drop people who get notifications. Yeah. So just make sure every week.
Are you talking about?
He didn't get your shorts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they are on the channel somewhere.
Heck, well, I'll show you where they are. It's not hard to find them, dear. I can't believe I have to be the one to learn how to drive YouTube.
And he said Yeti's like Vegemite, but he meant Yowies. So thank you, Damon, for the other super sticker. Yeah, we really appreciate that. And by the way, just a reminder that all the money we make on our Patreon and on our YouTube super stickers and stuff like that all goes to us, our partnership we have with Fallen Outdoors, and we take veterans and disabled veterans out into the woods to look for Bigfoot.
And let's be really honest, part of that money is going to go to get our outfitter's license so that we can do that legally.
Yep.
The National Forest Service they don't care. They want the money. So
they want the money.
Anyway, if you go to YouTube, go to the Squatch America channel, you can click on shorts. And it pulls up all of the shorts. And I don't mean the undershorts. Pulls up all the shorts that we have up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Tracy.
Thank you again, Damon.
Okay.
You get another button. Should we go back there and do the...
Let's not do the button.
Let's do... I'm doing the
button. That your wife was unsubscribed from Squatch America randomly.
Yeah, randomly. Yep.
So anyway, what else are we talking about tonight, folks? What you drinking? I got this God-forsaken grape crap in here.
Yeah, we're drinking grape juice.
Or no, it's more like bad grape punch.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Made with unfiltered water. I can taste it. Ugh. So we're 24 minutes in.
So we want to talk about something that's coming up. I can do that real quick. Renee's drinking hard cider. Of course you are.
Yeah. Hey, after this, we're going
over the winery. Okay. Oh gosh, I keep losing everything in the whole.
So what are so you did Medellin Falls. Where are we going after Medellin Falls?
All right. So after Medellin Falls, if you're in the Cave Junction area, we'd love to see you July 1st. We're doing like a one-day festival there. It's just basically us and some vendors and some stuff in the parking lot behind the
Bigfoot Print
and Print and Coffee.
Copy.
That's what I said.
You said coffee. Guess what you haven't had enough of
I
today.
know, it's very true. But and we're just going to be hanging out all day. That'll be kind of fun. And then after that, we are headed to the Glide Squatch Festival. It's the 21st and 22nd of July. And that's going to be featuring myself and Dr. Jeff Meldrum. And we are going to be hanging out there for all day.
Yep.
And then I actually made a commercial. You ready for this? Are you sitting down, folks? Are you sitting down? Really? Are you? Where'd it go? Is this it?
The second annual Blue Mountain Bigfoot Fest is coming to Baker City, Oregon, August 11th and 12th. Join us for a VIP dinner on Friday night featuring special guests Todd Neese and Michael Freeman, and a full day of activities on Saturday, August 12th, featuring speakers and vendors, our live radio broadcast, in a Bigfoot town hall. The Blue Mountain Bigfoot Fest is hosted by Squatch America. Find more information and get your tickets at SquatchAmerica.com.
Ooh, huh?
You know what? We would love to have area folks. If you're in the Eastern Oregon area, would like to come be volunteers for the day. I can't promise we'll make it worth your while, but it'll be fun.
Awesome. So everybody's talking about what they're drinking. Squatch and Cowboys drinking beer, but not Bud Light.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Damon,
Yeah,
you're a brave man. Ginger ale. You know what, Tracy? I like ginger ale, but I actually like ginger beer better because I really like that hard, sharp ginger taste. So
Cool.
have we heard of any recent reports? Says Northwest Sasquatch Studies and Research.
Recent reports. I'm trying to think. Well, it depends on what you call reports. We actually, okay, here's a good one for the chat. Good. Anyway, here's one for the chat. We found a teepee-like structure. You ever heard of those? Those Bigfoot trees, teepees? What's really interesting is we investigate. Actually, this will be coming up in 2 weeks on Friday from our investigation. But this was really kind of interesting because this was in a place where a fire had burned through there in the forest 10 years ago. So a lot of these trees were all laying on the ground. There's a few still standing, but they are like bare. They're like been there long enough that they're rotten, and some of them are falling over, and there's no bark on them, and they're weathered, and it looks horrible. But there was this one tree standing in the middle of this area. There's a few standing around the area, but this one where there was actually 6 or 7 other trees laying on it to make a teepee. And this is in the middle of nowhere. And I know nobody did it. No humans were there doing that because some of them were too big to pick up. And there were several of them that we could not find the roots, where they came from. They must have been picked up and carried over there and put in there. So that one made me go,
Okay, so have we heard of anything about reports of Bigfoot in the area where we are? Well, this is where we've been researching forever.
Yeah.
Nothing recent.
Nothing recent. It's what's interesting is where we do our research in the Blue Mountains of Eastern Oregon here. We will get a bunch of reports. Like we got a bunch in, what year was it?
2018.
2018, 2019, and then nothing. And then 2022, we got some more. And now nothing. It's kind of interesting. So I think if you think they migrate, that's good evidence for that. So and Damon asked, did you hear about the Las Vegas UFO? I did not. I heard about the recent government doing releasing information about UFOs recently.
Oh my gosh. So Renee says she found some weird stuff a few weeks ago, but felt there was too much human activity.
Yeah, and that's another problem too. We were out a couple weeks ago, actually in this area where we're at right now.
Not too far.
Not too far from here, and just outside of Pilot Rock. And it was Memorial Day weekend. The video is dropped last Friday if you want to watch it. But we had a great day the first day, but the next day, because the weekend, we just got inundated with hundreds of people.
Oh, so some aliens apparently tried to operate the backhoe. I think I heard something about that.
A 10-foot tall beans. Okay.
I did actually. I think I heard one of the folks you listen to.
We'll have to look into that.
We will.
So the only
and Las Vegas is the only state, or Nevada is the only state. Tracy, is it Nevada? Oh, Maine is going to be the only state that won't be decimated when Yellowstone blows.
True.
I told you there's a reason we should move there.
Yep.
It took me a minute to put all those conversations together.
Yeah. Okay. So that's amazing. We will look into that. One of these days, I'm going to live in Maine, Tracy.
That's because that's the only state that won't be decimated.
It won't.
Okay. So Ben, you want to hop off and get into the? You want to come into the studio and tell us about the activity you've been getting? Here, I'll do this.
I got it.
Okay, you got it. We are inviting anyone that wants to come in.
And there's that. Okay. So the cops even saw big green lights falling from the sky. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. And why Las Vegas? Because it's close to Area 51?
Very.
So interesting.
Okay, well, this is one of those shows I don't know if I want to keep up.
So,
Anyone in the Facebook audience want to pop off and click that link and join us in studio? That'd be fantastic. This is what you get when we have a show on a travel night, by the way.
yeah.
It's all Scott says, I was completely alone near the summit of Mount Zircon in Rumford. I know where Rumford is recently, and something launched a rock close to where I was hiking, made me jump a little.
Okay, so I actually twice have had rocks thrown at me in Maine. That seems to be the what is it? The modus operandi.
Modus operandi.
Yeah, of the Bigfoots in Maine. But in fact, we got some really interesting hair samples and footprints around Rumford. I got a good friend of mine who does some Bigfoot research in that area, and Rumford and Mexico is right next to that. Yes, there's a town in Maine called Mexico, Maine. But yeah, Rumford's really interesting. It's in eastern central Maine, or western central Maine. I'm sorry. And it's a beautiful country. Thick forest, people. Thick forest.
All right. So Damon calls it rock checkerfoot. Pretty much, yeah.
Rock checkerfoot. Yep.
Yeah. And Raptor has a comment there. I didn't know if you guys, when you saw Cliff, if you have other people calling and telling you to go to this area about the report, so I didn't say it actually correct.
Okay. Awesome.
Rumford.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Rock checkerfoot is more intimidating than stick hanger foot. If they're making stick stuff.
Sometimes I'm a little slow.
Yep.
It's true.
So when you were talking about earlier, asking about shorts, I'm getting ready to do a series of shorts where, like I said, we're going to start showing some homemade, makeshift Bigfoot research tools. Some of them will cost a little money, some of them don't. But we've got some DNA collection tools. We're going to have some audio recording tools. And it's something we just did in our last trip out. We actually was able to set up an audio recorder that recorded constantly for 99 hours. So the only problem with is I got 99 hours of audio to go through.
Yeah. So Joe asks if we've heard of any sightings in Bailey, Colorado. I don't even know where. The search for Sasquatch in Bailey, Colorado. This is from 2015.
Yeah.
But I don't. From Fox 21.
We haven't.
Yeah,
directly.
we haven't gotten any reports out of Colorado ourselves.
Yeah, I've been getting some weird reports lately, actually. In fact, I got one like 2 days ago about orbs in the mountains here.
Mm-hmm. Damon says he's had sticks hung in his trail. I don't think we've had sticks hung in our trail, but we did have a weird thing laid across our trail once. Remember that?
Yeah, we had the entire hindquarter of a deer that had been torn off a deer dropped in the trail in front of us. And it hadn't been there long. So there was that. And it didn't have any claw marks or anything on it. We looked. There was no bites, no tooth holes or anything in it.
It was just ripped off a
Just
deer
ripped
and laid
off a
on the
deer
trail.
and laid in the trail. That was in Montana.
The Bitterroot Mountains.
The Bitterroot Mountains in Montana.
Are we going to make them suffer for 20 more minutes?
Nope, but I'm going to tell
Check the Squatch map, the mapping project.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have that on here.
What? Hannah does not have.
We didn't. Oh, some Ben's on. Thank God. Okay.
I'm I'm tired. It's been a long day.
Oh, someone.
So, yeah, I've had quite a interesting turn of events lately. Remember how on the last time I was on here, I told you about the wood knocks thing. I didn't know were wood knocks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my buddy was talking to him last night, and they're logging over the hill on the other side where the wood knocks were heading. And he was telling me this area the logging hasn't been logged in like, I think he said like 30 years plus. And so it's older timber. And he said he was there by himself working on a piece of equipment, and something just started thrashing the timber across from the valley from him. And he's never heard anything like it. He said it's what he's telling me, how he's describing it. It sounds like something like a tutorial. I can't say the word.
Territorial.
Like protecting its area, like telling you, hey, this is my place. Like how a gorilla would do, like ripping things apart, like showing dominance
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
Tree shaking.
This thing working? Sorry.
Yep.
Thing's not working very well on my side again.
No, you're okay. We've
Well,
got you.
I don't know if you can hear us, though.
Can you hear us?
Oh, now I can.
Okay.
Um,
There you go. No, I was going to say tree shaking. That's a thing.
Yes, yeah. That's what he described it. It was really weird. He said all of a sudden it was just like where the yarder was. He said where the lines went down on the opposite side. He said all of a sudden the trees just started going nuts. He said it didn't sound like an elk or anything. It sounded like something was literally like tearing stuff apart and like mad. And I told him what I did to provoke whatever was going on over there, because I wanted to see if he would. I won't find out till the night, hopefully. I told him it might sound unorthodox to you, but if you can do this for me, go whoop. Like make a whoop noise and see what it does, because that is what I did to make that wood knock thing happen. And it's in the same area, and I want to see if it makes a response again. I just told him to be a little careful because I don't know what will happen. He told me he had a pretty good sized boomstick with him. I'm like, okay. And then me and my girlfriend, what was it? Last Saturday, I think it was Saturday night. We were in the same area, but I didn't realize that these areas were so close to each other. We were up on the mountainside because I was noticing the more wildlife up there, and we didn't want to go too far in that day. So we were up in there, and we heard a bear. Like, I've never heard one of those in my life, to be honest. I've been in the woods forever. I've never heard that. But on the opposite side of where the bear was, in the tree line, something went completely nuts. Like, it tore trees down. I have it on film, and you hear me go, what the blank is that? And I told her, be ready, because I don't know what we're about to see here. And whatever it was, it literally ripped a tree down. And it was loud. And the thing that sucked was it did it just at dusk, so you couldn't see over there. It was dark. But it was the strangest thing. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. And then my buddy messages me or calls me last night and tells me the same similar thing that night, this last week. I'm like, really? And I'm like, that's kind of coincidental that these two things kind of happen in the same area. And then I found the weird tree bend, the footprint, and then the weird tree knocks, and it's all in the same area. Wow. So I'm starting to wonder. I'm hoping to go up there Saturday if he has to go work up there and sneak up there with him to go see myself, because I want to go sneak over there and see if I can find anything. but I don't know how far the guideline went across the valley. It could be like a mile, so I don't know. But and I forgot to tell you guys, I went back to the area that we heard the first knock, and I think I found a footprint in the same area.
Did you cast that puppy?
I don't have any material to do so. The plaster, I've never done it in my life. I've never done plaster. I'm trying to learn that actually myself. I got to do some YouTube videos and things.
Okay.
It's still there. The print. It's dried out, so it's there, whatever it is. But it's so hard to tell. It's in the grass, so it makes it really difficult to like see what the full form. But it looks like a foot, like a shape of a foot, and looks about the same size as the footprint I found before. Like it looks like almost the same length, diameter, and everything. And I tried to take a picture of it, but it seems like I don't know why. From save my life, I can't get a good picture of them, of these prints. It looks like just a blob on my phone, but if you look at a person, it looks like the foot, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Well, when we get all these expeditions going, that's going to be part of our expeditions is actually hands-on education on how to cast. So, hey, our Scott in our audience wanted to know whereabouts you are. We're talking about where
Me?
you.
Oh, I'm outside of a town called Fall City, Oregon. I do a lot of research in the Oregon Coast Range between Lincoln City, Polk County, Fowlsets, Oregon, and that Coast Range. And I'm starting to do research in all the way from Corvallis all the way to Tillamook.
Oh, cool.
That whole Coast Range.
Very cool.
Because we're moving to Otis in a couple months, which is kind of ironic because I've been doing research for those reports on the Van Duzer corridor, and where we're moving is literally like a mile or two from that area, which is just kind of ironic and funny. Which is actually another cool thing I found. I've been trying to be more open and trying to get more reports and talk to people. I went on some of the Facebook groups for the cities and towns around here, and I asked if anyone's heard any reports or activity, and I actually had some people private message me that had reports in the same area as the other reports were different individuals with different, like, didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Of the same type of scenario as what I saw.
What are you doing?
That's awesome. So it's kind of cool. What was that?
I said that is awesome, man. In fact, that's how I actually got.
It's freezing up again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, and the reason I did that is because we got a whole bunch of reports in the same area at the same time, and I just hung out there.
Okay. The problem with the Van Duzer corridor, a lot of it's private land, so it's really hard to get in there. The area that I want to research is Miami ground, and you can't get in there till hunting season for only 1 month.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, unless I go back to logging, that's the only way I'm going to get back in. But I know there's something there. But yeah. Sorry, my mic's it's acting weird right now. I don't know what's going on. It keeps freezing up and going and coming. But if I hold my phone, it seems to work better. So.
All right.
But I'm from. What was that?
As I say, when you're holding your phone, you become the antenna.
Oh. But yes, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But yes, I live outside of Fall City, Oregon, and mainly I research in Fowlsets now because I've had quite a bit of activity, and then my friends are still in logging have been telling me more, and it seems to be all in the same area. So I do think there's something going on there now, and I think the logging is I think with the recent snowpack we had this last winter, push whatever it is out, and then on the other side, the logging that just started, I think it's pushing all the wildlife again towards the valley again. but I'm hoping to do some more this weekend and see if I can maybe come up with something. But
Yeah. That's cool.
I and then the other thing is I found elk hair and I went and I compared it to that hair I found,
Uh-huh.
and they actually look different.
Oh, good.
I was kind of surprised. The lengthwise, they're a little bit about similar length, but the actual thickness of the hair and the coloring is different. But
Cool.
the only thing I've thought about was if elk hair, if the thickness changes during the winter to fall to summer, that's the only thing I could think of, and maybe we could have changed. But it's very coarse. Like it's not like thin. It's like a thicker hair. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's about 3 inches, 4 inches long, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what's been going on lately.
Well, cool.
But I'm hoping to hear more. What?
Oh, I said great. That's awesome. Glad you jumped on.
Okay, well, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna get off now.
Okay.
My phone's still being funny, but yeah, I figured I'd let you guys know what was going on.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Ben.
Ben.
Keep in touch
Yep,
with us.
bye. I will.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Ben. It might be easier. Thanks for coming on. And Ben, Glide is not a crazy drive from where you are. So we hope to see you in Glide on July 22nd.
Yep.
Yeah. So I want to talk to Tracy. Scroll up a little bit. She's going to see Turtle Man and his wife soon.
Oh.
We are so jealous.
At the ECBRO event. Yeah. We were actually supposed to be at that a couple years ago and we didn't make it.
Was that the same one or is that a different one?
No, it's the same one.
Okay.
So,
and just,
we're going to get back down there. Trust me soon.
sometime we've run into, it's not a problem. It's a puzzle.
Yeah.
When we have a full calendar booked over here on the West Coast, and then we get an invitation for a random weekend on the East Coast, but they can't fly us out, it's kind of impossible to get there.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So I got a couple of little things from our weekend that I want to talk to you about. This is Larry. I can't block it.
Well, turn that light off.
I could.
See what happens. Let's see what happens when he turns the light off. Not a whole lot.
Not
we get
a
a little
lot.
shadowy, but that's it.
Okay. So anyway, that's my spotting scope on my tripod that we use when we go out. And to give you an idea, there's this mountain I was looking at and I saw
something
right there. So I zoomed in on it. There's that. And
did the stump squatch ever move?
I watched that squatch stand there on that hill for over an hour and a half and it never moved.
So was it a squatch?
So it was not a squatch, pretty sure. But I also found another photo here that I want to zoom in on. It's got us being silly, but
stop touching things.
I'm messing everything up, of course, as usual. But I wanted to zoom in on the background here. That is the forest we were talking about that had burned a few years ago, 10 years ago. This is a forest fire 10 years old of the trees laying on the ground that burned and fell over. And we walked through
acres.
Yeah. Acres of that. And if you don't, that's like playing hopscotch for like an hour and a half nonstop. But I don't have the picture of that's coming up soon, but we found a teepee like structure in the middle of that.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
So you'll want to keep your eyes open for our next 2 Friday drops. There will be a part 1 and a part 2. We took a lot of footage. We have a lot of stories to tell. And hopefully, did the sounds come through on your sound recorder?
I haven't listened to the 99 hours yet, so.
Oh, dagnat. It is a thigh killer. Al, you want to know what else it was? It was a daisy killer.
Yeah.
Daisy, we figured we did 7 miles of mountain hiking, not trail hiking, but just climbing and digging through the mountain. And Daisy, when she got back to camp, she ate, she drank, and then she went and whined by the truck door to be let into the truck to go to bed for the night. And she slept.
Sleep.
She slept. She slept for about 14 hours straight. And what was so funny is that we heard a lot of weird sounds that night. Sounds that were not mountain lion or elk or wolf or coyote. We don't know what they were, but she didn't even budge. Lockbeard, we did invoke your name.
Yeah, we did.
How you doing, buddy?
Yep. So.
Hey, Don. Nice to see you here. Don.
Oh, hey, Don.
Yep. So we you know what, Scott, we're 3 minutes out from the end of the evening.
We are. So, kind of a random chat tonight. I'm trying to think of what else I had.
We've had a lovely conversation with most of you, and
yeah, well, with all of you.
Yeah, well, with all of you still on, yes, incredible. So
I'm trying to see if I had any more
what?
Decent photos of the area we're in. We did find. Okay, here's a
something.
Here's a something. People ask if we found a footprint or not.
We're not sure.
We're not sure.
I think it's a double step myself, but
yeah.
You know.
So this kind of looked
suspicious,
footy printy. I did see toes in the end of it up there, but
the shape indicated it may have been more of a bear double step.
More of a bear double step, I think.
Hey, you know what? Mopar Bill, it's good. I was just on your Facebook page the other day.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, it's been a long time since I've seen Bill on our YouTube channel. How have you been, man?
Not bad. All right.
It is. Well, it's not too hot here, but we've had our moments. It went from winter to summer overnight.
Let's see. I don't have any other stuff other than
and an awesome full moon. Are those the elk?
Yeah, they were a long ways away, but
okay. Hey, I hope the busy's good.
Yeah, all those little brown spots. We saw over 40 elk one night.
Yep. I've been really busy too. A lot busier than I have been in the last 3 years. I'm not complaining. Yeah, Pappy was on a few weeks ago. I'll check in on his Facebook page tomorrow, see what he's up to. Just in case y'all know, you can friend me on Facebook. If you haven't already, I'll pull up my page so you know who you're going to friend. So everyone, what's thumping outside our trailer?
I was going to say something sounds like they're beating on the outside of our trailer. That's weird. Yeah, we're sitting in a parking lot in Echo, Oregon right now. So. Oh, and James said, "Hey, I saw you drive by the other day." Yeah, we waved at you, buddy. I saw you.
Yeah. So if you want to friend me on Facebook, if you haven't already, this is me on Facebook. And I want to show my badge of honor.
What? What's the badge of honor?
My account warning.
Oh.
I have angered the Facebook gods over something. I really have no idea what, but you know. Anyway, go ahead and friend me. I love Facebook friends. Again, Hannah Burko Violet.
All right. Oh, and Pappy made it too. How you doing? So glad you guys all finally found us on Wednesday night. And
It's actually been kind of a rough transition.
yeah.
So
next week we are going to, I'm trying to figure out where we're going to be Wednesday.
Wednesday we will have just gotten to Florence, or will we be on our way to Florence? No, Wednesday. Wait, we're going to be in Florence Wednesday, and then Thursday we go to Alcy, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So next Wednesday night we'll be coming at you from the Thousand Trails Campground in Florence, Oregon, which is one of our favorite places to be.
And then we're going to Beachfoot after that.
So yep. Did Gordon get on? I see everyone. Oh, there's Pappy.
Hey, Gordon.
Nice to see you. See, isn't it nice to be loved? It's nice. It's good to be king.
Yep.
So, well, guess what? We've now kept them over a minute. They have suffered. This is an example of true long suffering. True long suffering. All right. Hey, Ben, we'll see. Oh, are you coming? I'm so excited that you're coming. Ben's coming to Beachfoot.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
By the way, we have it on good authority that people have asked us, I become a real genuine Bigfoot researcher? And the answer is you go to Beachfoot.
Is that it?
That's what Russ Lockram told me.
Is it?
Yep. If you really want to be a Bigfoot researcher, come to Beachfoot. It is by invitation only, but it's not hard to get an invitation. So, yeah. Anyway, heck, they have us coming.
I know. So, yeah.
Does that mean you're a real, genuine Bigfoot researcher?
I think so.
Okay. What's even funnier is that makes me a real, genuine Bigfoot researcher, too. And I thought I was just the Lucy of this operation.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think with that, we need to tell them goodbye.
Alrighty, just don't forget, if you happen to be in northeastern Washington, that's with an R, this weekend we are going to be at I'm trying to find it really quick, there it is, Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival, June 17th and 18th. And if you want to hear a bunch of great stories from actually the Native American side of things, there's quite a few people that are going to be presenting those there. And plus, just hang out and come see our booth and talk with us and say hi and say, hey, I know you. All right, that'd be awesome.
Yep. Okay.
And that way we can know you back.
All right, so get to the other side.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls.
I am killing you. So please remember, our job is to investigate the unexplained,
not to explain the uninvestigated.
Thank you for liking, subscribing, clicking the bell notifications, and sharing this with all of your friends, because that's the only way the word will get out. Until next week, you keep watching.
And we'll keep squatching.
Bye.
We're back.